Good morning, everybody. Crafting Journey here. That Journey chick on Instagram. Sinus-wise, I'm a mess today, so I'll be sneezing, blowing my nose. I'll do it off camera, but look at my nose. It's all red. Anyway, happy Monday. Oh, yeah. Monday, Monday, ba 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 da da da. I don't know if that's the words to that song, but whatever. I'm on this section right here. I'm so excited. I'm getting to the end. It's just so thrilling. So this is a little trumpet that the rabbit is playing, and I thought it's got some bling in it, but I'm going to add a little bit more. This one is called Sparklers for Squares Sunshine. Sunshine. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but we're going to see. Anyway. So I hope you guys tuned into Crashly's live last night. We did the first draft of many. There will be more drafts in the Crafters 90-Day Step Challenge, and we're lovingly also calling it Craft In and Step In. There's going to be an Instagram name, Craft In and Step In. And so we did our first. We had over 50 people, like 55 people sign up. So we thought, let's get them on teams. So we just spun the wheel last night in her live and it was so much fun. Got people put on teams. Check out her video if you want to see which team you're on. I have not notified my team members. Hold tight. I will, because there's going to be more of you added. 5 more people have signed up since we did that drawing or that draft last night. Now, I do want you guys to understand that going on in the background, that you do not see, there have been some shifts of people. There's a few people, we wanted to make the teams pretty much equal and not one any stronger than the other. And because some of you have some pretty serious medical issues, we thought we would, do some swapping around in the background. It is, please do not take offense to this. Please, please, please. This is a personal challenge as well as a team challenge. Just know that as long as you improve on your steps from the day before, you are doing great. So yeah, don't worry about, what team, and the captains are there to help you, encourage you, pick you up if you fall down. That's what we're here for. So check out, it really was a lot of fun. Tia is just hilarious. She's cheering and carrying. You thought we were at a sporting event. It was pretty fun. It really was fun. So go Tia. Yay, do. And I've got some great team members. Yay. Now, please don't ask me who they are, because I wasn't writing it down. Crystal was writing everything down. She was documenting everything as we were doing the draft. She has it all very neatly on a spreadsheet. Okay, that does not want to come off my pen. And I believe she has sent it to me, and I just haven't looked at it yet. I was trying very desperately last night to catch up on the Zachery Wester trial for the Judge, Jury, and Journey segment. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes, because boy, is that exciting. Anyway, we could have a verdict in that case as early as today. Yeah. And as always, guys, if a verdict comes out, I will do a pop-up live. And I apologize if I'm going over anybody. It is just for 10 or 15 minutes. It's a pop-up live where I will share my screen. We will hear the reading of the verdict, get the defendant's reaction, and then we're done. Just so that you can see it live. Anyhow, this guy took the stand yesterday. Oh my gosh. So more to come on that. What else is going on? Oh, yesterday I had Crashly in my live, the Mornings with Crafting Journey live, Sunday edition. And Jake is losing his mind this morning. I don't know why. I have given him water, breakfast, if he thinks he's getting an S-N-A-C-K, I'm not going to say it. At this time of the morning, he has lost his mind. Oh, look, you are looking so cute today. You look adorable. Can everybody see him? He's just looking at me with that big old smile. Hi, buddy. Now go sit down on your, yeah, he's good. I just 30 minutes. Leave me alone for 30 minutes, okay? Wait till those cats get in this house. So yesterday also during my live with Crashly, I opened 2 more Santa sacks from Lion's Brain Yarn. The FedEx truck pulled up during my live. Anyway, I have finished. I've replaced all the yarn that was here with stuff that's in packages. Now, a lot of it is it looks like very, hi, Tootsie, hi, girl. I'm just getting all kinds of love today. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. Anyway, so it looks like a lot of boring yarns, but gorgeous for like blankets or heavy garments, for the winter. We're going to go there in the winter. One, right here, it's this faux fur. That is gorgeous. It looks like a kitten, the fur. What do you want? What is going on today? Do we not like the breakfast options? No? Okay. Go sit down. I don't know if there's a storm brewing or they know things before I know things. So, did Mommy get fired? What's going on? Yes, I love you too. She gets so jealous sometimes, Tootsie does. Like, oh, you were petting Jake? I want in on this action. The other day, I ran and I picked up Jake and I hugged him and I was loving on him and Tootsie just crashed right between us. She was so jealous. And her dog hair is just flying. Oh my God. Whew. All right. Please go lay down now. Okay, thank you. It's only a 30-minute show. Thank you. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Oh my God. Now I completely lost my train of thought. It has jumped the tracks. Where was I? What was I talking about? Okay, I was talking about. Oh, okay. So I moved all of that yarn that was down here that was not in packages that I'm afraid kittens are going to get to. I'm going to move the camera, just tilt it up a little bit. Okay. Which is all the cake yarn. I put all of that up there. This is right here is that premier yarn that comes in that huge spool. So this is out in the open now. I think cats can get to it. So we're going to see, maybe we're going to switch these 2 shelves. I don't know, but I'm trying to cat proof my house. I am getting a couple of kittens from Crashly here in a couple of weeks. And I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Oh my God, Crashly had another cat yesterday give birth. A 3rd cat. To a preemie baby. Teeny, like this baby was like teeny tiny. But alive and crying and nursing. I'm like, woo, so surprised. Now, her mom didn't even have any milk. Luckily, Crashly had 2 other cats in the house that happened to be nursing. So this little kitten is nursing off of one of the other mothers. How cool is that? So, and I didn't check on this kitten last night with Crashly. I don't know what the condition of the kitten is thus far. Hopefully it's doing well because we love our kitty cats. Yes, we do. And no, I'm not adopting a 3rd one. Nope. It's just a distant cousin that we will visit every now and then. Yes. Oh my God, my sister called me at the crack of dawn today. Even my bestie, Mickey, was out of bed before 8 o'clock sitting at her diamond painting. Like, what is going on? Is it on a different axis this morning? What is going on? Ooh. So the flavor coffee today is rainforest. Now, I'm sensing a flavor, but I just don't know what it is. I don't know what's the flavor that I'm getting. I don't know, but it's delicious. And I just put in regular Italian creamer in it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Hi, you're back. Go lay down. What do they want? My God. Go lay down, please. I love you. Yes. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Just give me 30 minutes, please. No. Oh my God, she's back. What did they want? I need to learn dog speak. Do you need to go outside? You need to go outside? Want to go outside? Let's see if this does the trick. Let's see. Come on, let's go outside. Oh, you want to go outside? Okay. You want to go outside too? Oh my goodness, good. They're both going outside. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. They're both going outside. Whoa. Jake will want to come back in almost immediately. I can guarantee it. So I am putting down these little sparklers here. And if they don't look right when I finish the trumpet, I'll pull them up and just put the regular color down. But I think it's going to work out. I think. So what is the other announcement? Okay, I wanted a couple of things. So you can still sign up for the 90-Day Crafters Step Challenge. So the form is in the Crafting Journey Facebook group. Also, you can still sign up for the 4th Mystery Diamond Painting event that is hosted by myself and Mickey Sunshine Creates. So sign up for that. You have till June 1st. You we would anticipate that you would purchase your painting for your partner shortly after June 1st. And that way you could, we could get them all delivered to our partners by mid-July, and then we can have a mid-July start date. That's what we're thinking. And you know how that goes, the best laid plans, right? Or the best made plans, or laid plans, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know how it goes. Also, Crashly was in my live yesterday, so we could announce our new segment, TV Time with Crashly and Crafting Journey. So we are, I just read this flash of news flash came across my iPad screen that says the U.S. Supreme Court is taking up an abortion case. Ooh, that's always dangerous. I'll have to read more about that. So, Crashly night, TV Time with Crashly and Crafting Journey. So yesterday we announced that this week we would like it if you guys want to participate in this. It's just something fun to do. You can watch the show Dickinson on Apple TV. Now, Apple TV is an app that you download. It's $4.90. It's free for 7 days. Then it's $4.99 a month. But download it. Watch Dickinson. It's 10 or 12 episodes, 30-minute episodes. Quick. And then next Sunday, in her live on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, we're going to discuss, what we think of this show. I've watched the first 2 episodes. It is super cute. And it's a very, very well done show. It is really, really well done. It incorporates like modern day music in the background with, her Emily Dickinson poetry. It's set in the day of Emily Dickinson. It's about the young Emily Dickinson and how she's starting out against odds, in a time in our history when women just weren't respected. You were supposed to cook and clean and serve your husband and not publish poetry. So it's called Dickinson, and it's on Apple TV. So that's TV Time with Crashly and Crafting Journey. So no purchase required unless you get the Apple TV. I did because I spend more than $5 on yarn quite often, which brings me to this day, or what national day is it? It is National Pack Rat Day. Pack rat, are you a pack rat? I'm not, and I'll tell you why I'm not. Um, so a pack rat is a wood rat that collects food and wood, lots of food and wood. Doesn't necessarily need it all, but they collect it. Um, Now, that's the difference between me and a pack rat. Yes, I collect yarn, diamond paintings, crafts, but I have a need for this stuff in the future. So it's not pack ratting because I'm going to use all of this stuff in the future, right? Yeah. But I tell you what though, I do periodically go through all my yarn, and if I think that it's something I'm just not going to get to anytime soon, that's what goes into the giveaway. There's two criteria: something that I'm not going to get to anytime soon, um, and that I purchased. I don't give away yarn that was gifted to me. So if I've purchased it myself and I think, oh, I'm probably just not going to use it anytime soon, that's going to go into a giveaway so I can pay it forward. Now, how many of you have actually, like, have you ever watched that Maria Kondo on, I think it was Netflix. She had a series on Netflix, like where she advocated like go in your closet, pull all the clothes out, put them, all the drawers, pull every piece of clothes you have on your bed. So I did this once, and I thought, good Lord, how am I going to get to sleep tonight? I better, and because this is going to take me hours, because she wants you to go through each piece of clothing one at a time, and if you and see how you feel about that piece of clothing. Like, is there some sort of special attachment that you have to that clothing, a memory? Is or can you let it go? Is it something you wear all the time? So what I've done this in the past, and I have a few piles. The pile like, oh hell no, I'll never wear this again. Ugh, what is this doing in my wardrobe still? That's that pile. That's going to go to Goodwill. Then I have the pile was, I love this. I don't know why I bought it in this size, but I'm going to wear it someday. There's that I'm going to wear it someday pile. Then there's the yes, I do have an attachment to this, and yes, I can wear this right now. Then there's the pile that, nobody's going to wear this pile. That's the garbage pile. So you end up with all these different, categories of your wardrobe. And to be honest with you, it did take me a few days. I had to kind of like move things to the floor so I could get to bed at night. But then I would put it back on the bed, and I diligently went through it over the next few days and got it done. So so what was in my closet was absolutely what I was going to wear, what I could wear, was going to wear, my closets and my drawers. And then I had probably, at the time that I did it, I had bags and bags and bags of stuff to go to Goodwill. So maybe this is the time of the year to do that. If there's bad weather outside on the weekends, you can't get outdoors, let's use that time to address our pat rack tendencies and get rid of some of that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, judge, jury, and journey. So last night I sat and worked on my crochet temperature blanket and I was trying to catch up by about 11 o'clock at night. I was into day 5. The defendant, Zachery Wester, does take the stand, and he has this very unique explanation for the evidence found in his vehicle. And then after that, his defense attorney takes him through all the traffic stops. So I thought, I cannot sit through the 12 traffic stops again, video and all. So I skipped to the end, saw the rebuttal. The rebuttal of the prosecution had to do with his explanation for the drugs and paraphernalia that was found in his patrol car. So I think I'm going to focus on that. If I have time today, I will go back and listen to the rest of his testimony. I think he's just basically, denying that he planted any evidence. And we know that he's just going to deny it. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. Today at 8:45, which is like 15 minutes ago, the judge was going to instruct the jury. Judges always give the jury instructions to the jury. And what those instructions are is it tells you what is the law that applies to this case. Now, I am going to listen to that portion. I don't normally in a murder case because I've heard it so many times, but this involves some very unique charges. There's between 60 and 70 criminal counts in this case. So I wanted to make sure that I understood them, the law that applies, that I can help you guys out understand the verdict and why that was as it applies to the law that the jury is getting as we speak. Following that, there will be the closing arguments. Now, I thought the prosecution did a masterful job of presenting this case. He presented it very methodically in almost like a story format. And if it meant having a witness on 3, 4, 5 times, he did that. And it was okay. Rather than taking one witness, through several different places in the story, he would have that witness talk about what was going on in the story to that point. They would leave the stand, come back another day where they would re-enter the storyline at another point in time. I thought that was very masterful on the part of the prosecution. So day 4 starts out with another video. This is another traffic stop. The woman's name was Turner. This was on July of 2017. When she's pulled over, he tells her, as I was passing you in my vehicle, I detected an odor of marijuana. How in the world can you possibly, unless her window's down, your window's down, and you're stopped at a stoplight? I don't get how he, by passing her, smelled marijuana. That one made no sense to me. No body cam footage of this traffic stop. She said, no, I was not smoking marijuana. I was at that time on drug offender probation for something that happened years earlier involving prescription pain pills. In a bottle, no meth, no marijuana. It was prescription pain pills. And he says to her, I'm going to detain you for your safety. So he put her in his vehicle, handcuffs her, put her in the vehicle. What safety? Anyway, he goes to search her vehicle. There is no backup officer on this call as well. And he found substance in a gum kind of container that tested positive for methamphetamine. It was on the passenger side of the vehicle, so she goes to jail. And she has filed a civil suit against him and the sheriff. Then we have Kathy Shelton, who is Miss Turner's probation officer. She tested her client the next day, or the same day or the next day, very close in time to when this happened, and she was negative for methamphetamine. Then we have Billy Benton, who took the video of the police car search. He comes on to explain that during the search, he looks down and figures out that the video has stopped recording. So he notifies Kevin Arnold, or Officer Hodges, who's performing this search, immediately. So Hodges stops his search. No searching was done while the recording was off. He gets the recording going again, and the search resumes. So nothing was searched or found during that period of time where there's no recording. Then we have, and this is where you're going to see witnesses coming and going very quickly. They'll come on the stand, answer a couple of questions that have to do with the relevant portions of the storyline, then they'll leave and come back later. So we have Kevin Arnold, again, who takes the stand. He says, yes, I am also the helicopter pilot. In addition to being the patrol captain, I'm also the helicopter pilot. And one of the themes that the defense is making is that that place wasn't secure. It's not where you're supposed to put evidence. There was no evidence tape placed on the doors of this vehicle so that you could tell if something had been tampered with, which is what, and it was explained to this attorney, that's what you do in a criminal case. This was an internal affairs case. Only one person has access to that helicopter bay. It's not someplace where people are coming and going. It's very secure. Then we get Quentin Hollis, a sheriff, who he inventoried all of the equipment. So after the search is complete, you'll see during the video of the search, once Officer Hodges searches everything, he puts everything back into the vehicle. The first aid bag, the evidence bags, there was so much crap, to put it mildly, in this vehicle. He puts it all back, and he explains that to the jury that after I put all this back, it's going to get inventoried, and either if it's a personal item, it'll be returned to the defendant. If it's, they'll throw it out or they'll recycle it to the next officer or whatever. So Quentin Hills is the person that his duty is to inventory the vehicle. So he takes an inventory of this vehicle, and he finds bags of marijuana in the first aid kit that was missed during the search on the video. So now we've got unlabeled prescription pill bottle that had little packets of marijuana in it. Then now this is the third or fourth or fifth time this woman has taken the stand. Named Diana Chase. She's the FDLE case agent. She took all of the items that were found in the patrol car, photographed them, and had them run through the biology lab for testing. She did not have them tested for DNA or fingerprints. So then we get Kevin Arnold back on the stand. He says that after each day, they get a cab run report that shows what calls they responded to, what evidence they seized. He went through all of the reports for June and July, and there was no documentation of any, property that was seized. And that's going to be a very important piece of evidence soon. Then there's a woman, and I did not write down her name. She literally was on the stand for like a minute. But her testimony was very key. She said, I checked the cab reports for August 1st, which is the day that, this is a very key day. This is the day that the defendant is called into headquarters and is said, he's called into Officer Hodges' office, and he is placed on suspension. She checked that day, and there was nothing in a report where he was called anywhere. There was no documentation of property seized, nothing like that, which is a very important key piece of evidence here. Then we get the FDLA biology person who comes in, and he collected the evidence, or he had the evidence that was collected from the patrol car tested. And I'm going to show you 3 screens here. The first is the list of items that were tested, or substances that were tested, and you can tell from the item number what it was, because it corresponds to some pictures that the Diana Chase, the FDLE agent, when she did the photographs. There's a photograph of syringes, baggies of marijuana, baggies of methamphetamine. So those are all listed here, and then in the second frame, you're going to see the remainder of that list. I think there's 21 items on that list. Then on the third screen that I'm going to show you, you will see how everything came out. Some things were inconclusive because there wasn't enough substance to test. Others were inconclusive or just negative for any substances. But the majority of those items were positive for methamphetamine and or cocaine, not cocaine, marijuana, cannabis. I knew it was something with a C, cannabis. Um, okay, so the state rests. Then the defense now we're starting day 5. The state rests. The defense puts on Caleb Corbin. Um, he said he testified. He's an officer. He testified that Mike Hodges. Oh no, I'm sorry. He was IT guy. He testifies that Mike Hodges, the lieutenant Mike Hodges, was in charge of dividing up which videos on body cam videos get deleted. So we already know Mike Hodges has testified that it was his job to randomly go through these body cam videos. Um, so on cross-examination, Mr. Corbin said there was no indication that any of the videos were deleted improperly. So that's good. Then we get Jeffrey O'Pree, who's the highway patrolman who was the backup officer for the very first traffic stop with Josh Emanuel. He said he never saw anything unusual about this traffic stop. He never saw a syringe in the defendant's hand. He was wearing short sleeves. He does admit, though, he doesn't remember, when he got on the scene, whether the defendant already had his gloves on or not. He could not remember that. But apparently, from what I could sense from what the prosecutor was saying, the video shows that when this backup officer arrives, he had his gloves on already, which is important. Then we get an Officer Lee. Officer Lee is the one officer that we saw earlier on a video where they're searching a car together and they're switching sides, and it's when they switch sides that Officer Lee finds something in the area that had just been searched by the defendant. And he admits, I was not paying attention to what the defendant was doing when he was searching the area prior to me going over, searching that same area and finding something. So, okay. So now we get the testimony of the defendant. This is super key right here. Super key. So, and this is very clever on the behalf of the defense attorney. He asked the judge, may my client, since this is going to be some lengthy testimony, may my client remove his mask? And I thought, oh, brilliant. He's trying to endear this. He wants the jury to fall in love with this guy because he's very personable. He's not bad looking. He's very Southern. He's very hospitable. So by removing that mask, it just, you now getting to know this defendant. And this was very, very masterful on part of the defense attorney. So what he says was, just prior, on August 1st, the day that he gets called in to Lieutenant Hodges' office, and also present in that office is the patrol captain, Kevin Arnold. They're there in the office waiting for him to come in so that they can suspend him. So that particular day on patrol, he gets a call to respond to this park. And I forget what he said the reason was for the call was, but he goes into this bathroom, male bathroom, and he didn't make contact with anyone. He couldn't find anyone on the scene to make contact with, which I find very interesting. He finds an unidentified box in this bathroom. In the box, it included all of the items that were seized from the back of his vehicle. They were in what he says was an evidence, or no, he put them into an evidence bag, but he mentions the Crown Royal bag being in there, the syringe, all of the drug paraphernalia and the drugs that were later seized from his vehicle. He found that in a bathroom, and he thought that perhaps it was a drop for an inmate crew, although he admitted he didn't know how that person would have got those items back to the jail unnoticed. So as he's gathering this stuff, putting it in his vehicle, he gets another call to go on this huge, there's another call comes out over dispatch that there's horrendous accident with injuries. Who's the closest officer? Well, it's him. So he suspends the prior call because he wasn't done investigating this prior call. He goes to the accident scene, does his thing there. When it's finished, there's another car accident, also with injuries. He goes to that scene. Following that, he returns, instead of back to the park to finish the investigation, he returns to the station with all of the items that he has. He parks in this secure location for police parking only, and he starts to process the evidence. He's sitting in his patrol car. He's going through the box. He says he's separating out, what is drugs, what is paraphernalia. He's getting it all organized. He's putting it in evidence bags. He's putting it into those little containers that we saw. And that's when he gets the call to go up to see Kevin Arnold and Mike Hodges. So now, his explanation is because he knows that there are other officers that could access that vehicle. He decides he's going to take that evidence that he was in the middle of processing and put it in his trunk so it's secure. And he puts it up on top of the tire, spare tire. So then he goes into the lieutenant's office. They suspend him. He says he told Captain Arnold that he says, I've got evidence I have to finish securing. And Captain Arnold tells him, well, it'll be there when you get back. So, okay. So then the defense says, this is at the point where the defense says, okay, we're going to walk now through each and every traffic stop. And I'm going, oh, no, you're not. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm going to bed. Like I said, if I can get back to that portion of the defense testimony prior to the verdict being read, I will do that to see if I can glean anything else. But I did fast forward. I wanted to see the rebuttal. So what do you think the prosecution does on rebuttal? He brings back Kevin Arnold and Lieutenant Hodges. Lieutenant Hodges, I just have one question for you. Did the defendant tell you he had drug paraphernalia that he had to finish processing in his vehicle? No, he did not. Then he brings in Kevin Arnold. Same question. One question. Did the defendant tell you he had evidence that he had to finish processing? No, he did not. Okay, so really interesting story. Did I find it credible? No, because, and here's why. Because later on they find marijuana in the first aid kit. How do you explain that, Mr. Wester? I don't know. So, more to come on that, guys. I think I've yammered long enough, but let's do this day in history. Brown versus Board of Education. That decision comes down from the Supreme Court. Now, this was something that I studied vigorously in law school in a class called Constitutional Law. And I might add that ad nauseum. This was a very, very important decision in the history of our country. Up until this time, people were taking the Fourth Amendment to mean, equality, to mean that everyone's equal under the law, equal but separate. So, everything was segregated. Bathrooms were segregated, water fountains were segregated, schools were segregated. Well, this is the point where the Supreme Court said, I don't think that's what the 14th Amendment means. And no, we're going to do away with segregation. So they eliminated segregation. They said this little black girl can go to the white school. She can get the same education as the white students. And we want the rest of the country to fall in line. Toot sweet. Well, they didn't say toot sweet. I don't know what they said. But they did instruct that the rest of the country, toot sweet, with all deliberate speed. That's the way the Supreme Court actually said it. So, Brown versus Board of Education, it changed our country because now we had to incorporate desegregation into our lives. So, that is the show for today, Monday morning. I gotta go to work, 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 work. Gotta go to work, work. You know what song is in my head? OMG, that freaking chicken dance. I can't get it out of my head. I cannot get that thing out of my head. All right, guys, I love you. I will see you tomorrow in the morning show. Bye.